Today's very latest news coming to you first from the fabulous Pattaya Media Group here in Pattaya. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you.
It's all over for Thailand's bright and promising Move Forward party, but won the election but was prevented from forming a government. This as it was formally ordered to dissolve yesterday by the constitutional courts and 11 of its leaders banned from politics for a decade after breaches of constitutional laws. Other senior executives uninvolved in the bans have led members to a side party which is intended to replace Move Forward and continue with most of its goals in politics. Kun Peter told the press that he will continue as a citizen and hopes that all Move Forward MPs will combine to keep the flag flying, albeit without controversy that led to the ban. The National Estate Audit Office has reported that in the year 2023, inefficient management of construction contracts led to losses adding up to over 30 billion baht nationally for the country. With 1/5 of all agencies appearing to have flawed management to some degree, much of the paper loss is down to inefficient accounting and recording, but nearly half of contracts checked saw contractors fail in some way to honour conditions. In Suratani, the governor has instigated an inquiry into a tour company which led 22 unsuspecting foreign tourists into a firmly closed cave network in the Khao Sok National Park. Despite warnings and signage, a 37-year-old guide took them down into the caverns, where water levels were rising due to storm. There, a sudden rush of water washed many to the side, but saw the guide drown. Rangers recovered the tourists and took them to safe ground. None were seriously injured, but the stupidity could have led to a far worse condition. And in Chachoengsao, one local was more than flustered when he realised he'd lost a container which was home to some 40 baht weight of gold. He and his wife panicked and went through their day step by step. She remembered putting the container in their car and he knew that he'd taken the car for a full valet clean. 1.6 million bahts worth of the yellow stuff was still in the vehicle when they rushed to the cleaners. No one was more surprised than the car washers themselves, who hadn't opened the container, and so were unaware. Meanwhile at home, and police are investigating an attack on a partygoer in Soi 6, said to have been beaten for no reason by an errant bar group security guard. The attack was serious enough to leave the man in a coma requiring hospitalisation, and no word as to whether the bar will cover his medical costs. According to locals, he leant on a car gently to take a break. The uniformed thug took exception and beat him without provocation. There may well be another side to this story, but to date the bars have stayed tight-lipped. Following reports in our news here over a month ago, the Public Health Department, along with local police, have now arrested several involved in the tourist scam, which saw visitors approached by touts pointing to their flaws, baldness, overweight and even walking impediments, and recommended a cheap solution available from a local convenience store. 30 baht wasn't an issue to most, and many went for it, only afterwards to be told in a heavy sales pitch that they needed an additional formula available only from one of 3 so-called herbal medicine stores that the touts were in league with. And where tat was sold at exorbitant prices, foreigners were found working without work permits or relevant visas, and unregistered concoctions were removed from the premises amid claims that the owners had imported them without permits. That then should see the touts fleeing, and one less scam operating here. Pattaya City Hall, working with a sponsor company, is said to meet with locals in Naklua to discuss plans that would see the remnants of the original fishing village area developed into a tourist attraction. That area, without doubt, is the last remaining in the city area of just how it was here before tourism and development changed the skyline. Amid canals and boatyards, fishermen still carry out their traditional trade. Anyone who visited 15 or 20 years ago will remember the narrow streets and alleys in Old Naklua, with mostly wooden buildings on the main road. The concept is to protect the area, see business continue as normal, but with the thriving new sideline of tourism. And with the Met Office promising highs today of just 31 degrees dropping down to 28, but due to the humidity and the sun through the high clouds, the real feel of 37.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. and to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program. Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.